Hello YouTube people, today I am going to show you the last watch that I bought from AliExpress on the winter sale. Pagani Design yet again, of course, why not? Well, to be completely honest with you, the single reason why I bought this watch is because this is a new release, new model, and it still doesn't have any reviews on YouTube. So I just wanted to be the first one, so I bought this watch, and the price was very reasonable as well. And when I took this watch out of the box, I was so surprised how beautiful this watch is, because the looks of this watch was not the reason why I bought it, to be honest with you. But man, in person this watch looks just so good. So I tried my best making reasonably good looking pictures so you could get a good sense of how this watch looks like in person, how beautiful it actually is. Because on AliExpress pictures this watch looks a little bit plastic. It looks like it has some kind of a plastic dial, while in person it's just such a nice piece of metal. It's so nice and so shiny. It's so intriguing. I really like it. I really like it. So this watch has stainless steel case. It is rated up to 100 meters water resistant without a screw down crown. It has slightly domed sapphire crystal with pretty good anti-reflective coating. It has this very good quartz movement that ticks several times a second. So you're never gonna see if it hits the markers or misses the markers, because it's just too fast. I really like this watch. So let me show you everything. This is how this watch looks like on my 16.5 centimeter wrist. In terms of the size, this watch looks nice, doesn't look too large, also doesn't wear too large, doesn't feel heavy, it's very stable. Generally speaking, it's actually a very comfortable watch. The only problem is that whenever I wear this watch underneath a winter jacket sleeve, and you know winter jacket has sleeves that hug my wrist very well to protect from the cold. So whenever this watch is underneath those sleeves, I tend to feel this crown digging into my skin a little bit too much for my liking, and I also tend to notice those sharp lug ends underneath winter coat sleeve. So I actually took this watch off several times and carried it in my pocket because it was just too annoying on my wrist. But whenever this watch is just out in the open like that, I feel no discomfort whatsoever. The diameter of this watch is 40 millimeters, lug width is 20, thickness is 11.8 millimeters, lug to lug distance is about 47.9 millimeters, crown is 8.9 millimeters. Without strap, this watch weighs 50 grams, and I do get positive reading on sapphire crystal. Let's take a look at this crown and how everything works on the dial. But before I do that, let me show a little comparison. Many people been asking how does this big crown feel like on the steel die watch. Well, the thing is, it doesn't feel like anything. I just don't feel this crown, even though it is, you know, touching my skin, but it is flat and very nicely finished. I don't feel it whatsoever. And now in comparison, let's put it next to Pagani Design. Pagani Design crown is also pretty big, but it is narrow, and the thing is that the crown itself is actually, well, it's pretty sharp crown. It is at the level with the bottom of the case. So if you wear just normally a watch like this, there is no problem whatsoever, but underneath winter jacket it starts digging into the skin and scratching, and sometimes it just doesn't feel very nice. Other than that, this crown feels great and looks amazing. I really love those crown guards, looks very interesting. And crown itself, this is not a screw down crown, but when I twist it right now, it has this very nice buttery smooth rubbery feel. There is some kind of a rubber inside. I feel rubber gasket or something. It's not a free spinning crown, it's just very nice. So if I pull this crown all the way to set the time, also ratio is very slow, and it also feels buttery smooth, so nice. So let's check the alignment on 6. Alignment seems perfect. Now let's see how far from the midnight it is going to flip the date. Okay, 11 p.m. 45 minutes. Look at the top right subdial. Let's see how far from the midnight it is going to flip the date from the 5th to the 6th day of the month. So it flips the date almost exactly on midnight, which is very, very nice. Now let's see where it flips the day of the week, and from my experience it flips somewhere past 2 a.m. Yes, 2 a.m. and 15 minutes it jumps, and from the Saturday it also jumps back right to the Sunday. Nothing unusual there. Now how you set those numbers? Let me get those hands out of the way. Now the way to set the date is nothing unusual. First crown position like that, very easy, feels very precise. But to set the date of the week, if I twist the crown other way around, nothing happens. Nothing happens. The only way to change the day of the week I found is actually advance in time. That's the only way to change the day of the week. But you know, it's a quartz watch and week always has 7 days, so not a big deal. You just set it once and forget it, basically. So speaking about things that I don't like, is that as for me, as for European, week actually starts on Monday, not Sunday. So it looks a little bit annoying that this is American version, that week starts on Sunday, but it's just a tiny complaint, not a big deal. Another thing is that, in my opinion, the hand on the date subdial is a little bit too long and covers numbers a little bit too much for my liking. So for example, it was 29th, and I look at the subdial and it just takes me a second time to look at it. You know, not only these numbers are very small and a little bit difficult to see, but also when this tiny hand covers half of the number, it's a little bit difficult to tell it's 28th or 29th, you know. And another thing that I know some people may gonna complain is that the gap between 31st and the 1st of the month is a little bit too small. Well, it has to be this way, you know, because it's the following day. But the way how to play around it design-wise, in my opinion, could be just, you know, instead of the 1st, put a little dot. Or maybe instead of 31st, put a little dot on the top. So I don't know. I should see first to tell you if that's the right decision or not. But I know some people gonna complain about this gap, and how to solve this problem design-wise. It's a little bit tricky question in my opinion. Other than that, I think this watch looks just incredible. It's just such a beautiful looking dial. It is so alive. It's so playful in the light. Let's inspect the finishing quality on this case. First of all, crown guards. Looks amazing, so nicely done. Very beautiful. Crown itself looks incredible, wonderful. Now the case itself is brushed on the sides, brushed on the top of the lugs, polished out bezel. Very nice that inside lugs are polished out, so it looks beautiful with straps. Bottom of the case, nothing new. Now how does it feel like? On the top, no sharpness whatsoever. Crown, I already told you that it could feel sharp sometimes. Now lug ends actually feel sharp. This edge on the bottom feels sharp everywhere. On this side as well, sharp edge. Crown, not crown, lug ends feel sharp, all of them. The inside, very sharp. Those tiny corners on the inside of the lugs are very sharp. Edges on the inside of the lugs are very sharp as well. So this watch will require a little bit of your time finishing off those sharp edges. But in terms of the looks, it looks beautiful. This is very, very beautiful watch. Beautiful dial, beautiful case, beautiful crown guards, beautiful crown. It's a very nice watch. Let's check the lume on this watch. Well, it has somewhat decent initial burst of light, which is nice. You know, what's surprising is that this style of a watch has lume in the first place. You know, it's a dressy style watch. It doesn't need lume design-wise, but it has somewhat fun lume. You know, at least initial burst of light. If you've been outside where the sun is shining, you come indoors, you look at the watch, and oh, nice, everything is shiny, so glowy. But like right now, few seconds in, and you barely see any lume shining at all. So it fades out rather quickly. Original rubber strap on this watch is one of the best I have ever seen. It's definitely one of the best. It's incredible. It's very flexible, it's very slim, it's very breathable. So let me take it off the wrist and show you. But first of all, look, it looks nice. It's a nice looking strap. Nice looking rubber strap. Okay, let's take it off. So buckle has this nice Pagani Design engraving. Looks robust, very well done, no sharpness whatsoever, very nicely finished buckle. First keeper has its own secure place, like that, very, very nice. Plenty of holes, so it's very breathable rubber strap. Also, look how slim it is. It's a little bit thicker here and tapers down. It's very flexible. It's a very nice, very good strap. I'm honestly so surprised. This is definitely one of the best rubber straps I have ever seen. It's ridiculously good. It feels amazing. It's flexible. Wow, I'm gonna use this strap on many watches in the future. And I believe it's gonna last a long time, because, you know, it's a rubber strap. Of course it's gonna last a long time. Original strap is very good, but let's try some other options. And the first obvious option is a shiny, dressy leather strap on this dressy style watch. It looks alright. Another strap which I think looks nice on this watch is this suede leather strap. This is a very good strap, by the way. I'll put link in the description where you can get one. It's soft, it's flexible, and it looks very nice. This is probably my favorite option for this watch. I just love this shade of green. It looks just so nice. The only problem on the strap is that it is a little bit too long for my 16.5 centimeter wrist. And once again, let's take a look at the original strap, which is just wonderful. What is the final verdict? Where I'm going to place this watch on my website, thomaswatchreviews.com, where I rate watches into different tier lists. I'm going to place this watch into keepers, which means I can freely recommend buying this watch. And even though I have mentioned several flaws in this video, I don't think this watch has anything major, nothing deal breaker in my opinion. I think this is a great watch. It looks incredible. It's very good value for money. I really like it. I just, you know, the final verdict, I really like this watch. That's it. That's all that matters. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.